This was always a restitution issue, right?
Yes, sir.
Nakia Lewis? Yes, ma'am, I recognize you. Okay, we are here once again for a review of status here. Your probation, which was granted 16 years ago, is still pending because of money that was owed in the whole mess as a restitution. Where are we on that?
Well, Your Honor, she did make a payment in May of $300. It went toward restitution. Her balance for restitution now is $8,636.
I want to know how much has been paid in the last 12 months.
$300. The last payment prior to that was April of 22. And there has been some updates that don't pertain to the restitution. It's happened since the last date.
For a whole year? That's it? I want to, okay,
Been homeless for most of the time, you know, trying to maintain a job, keep up with bills. It's been hard.
welcome to the real world. It's hard for all of us. But there are,
Never easy for me.
ma'am, it's not, look, you're not special. It's not easy for anybody. But I bore you with the day I turned 16, I got 3 jobs. I had 3 jobs through law school. I went to work the day I turned 16 for 80 cents an hour. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. I paid my way through school with 3 jobs and I went to law school. 3 jobs and law school. If I can do it, anybody can do it because I'm not special, but I just had a desire to be independent. So don't tell me about I can't find a job or I can't make money. I'm sorry. You can pay this off, but you haven't been paying enough as far as I'm concerned. And you're looking at $10 in prison. That's what this is all about because you're not paying. Well, we've been dealing with this for 16 years. It's time for a reckoning. I'm going to have a hearing on this matter, on what should be done next, because you have not done enough. Probation office, what do you want to say?
Well, Your Honor, since the last, it was brought to the court's attention in April of 23 over assault in Harris County. That was adjudicated as a death day in Harris County. She was given 9 days credit for time served for the assault. There was a new arrest in June of last month, possession of controlled substance in Montgomery County. That was actually she was given a deferred adjudication probation on July 22nd of 2-year state jail.
Well, she's still technically on probation, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, can those be included with the motion?
That's that case I was talking to you about
Can
the
we,
other day,
or
Judge.
can we not?
I don't believe that we can.
But she's still on probation, so if she's still on probation, if she commits violations of probation while she's on probation, even though it's been
My understanding of
Oh.
that case is I cannot add it as additional violations. You're,
past the length of time, 10 years,
yes, sir. The court would have to make a decision based upon the motion as it stands at this time. Now, in that regard, Judge, I will remind you that according to my notes,
well, hold
you
on.
held this in abeyance. You found that the item's true and you held all this abeyance all the way back in November of 2019. And because you did that, you have the ability at any point in time to revoke her and sentence her as you deem fit. But it has to be based upon the findings at that time and the motion and its status then.
Where does it show I made findings? I'm not showing that.
Well, Your Honor, I made that note in reference to one of the hearings that we held in 22. I determined that the date in which that was done was November 14th of 2019.
See, I would write it on the face of the document. And I see that there was failing to provide verification of performing community service hours, failing to pay court assessed fees, failing to adhere to the $4,000 payment with her income tax return, failing to adhere to the adjusted $100 a monthly. Those were those were the alleged violations, but I did not make any markings on the document.
It would have to be based upon a motion that was filed on June 19th, 2018. And it does include those items you were talking about, Your Honor.
Yeah, and I don't have any, I didn't make any notes on it, on the face, which I would normally do.
I'm aware that that's your practice, Your Honor. I'm just telling you what notes I've got. I can't speak to it.
But we can always go back in time.
Yes, sir.
Maybe.
I unfortunately was not in your courtroom at that time. Otherwise, I would have more detailed
What does
notes
it
on my
show
files.
in probation? How much time does she have accrued on service of incarceration? 10 years is a long time. When was the last time she presented you a job application?
The last, job,
Because she was ordered back in 2022 to turn in 3 job applications a week because she has this consistent history of not trying to get work.
yes, the last notes I have, she did, present 10 job applications in November of 23, but I haven't had any since. She did say earlier before court that she has a job, but as far as the job application, she hasn't provided anything since.
What job do you have?
I just got hired at Great Clips,
Doing what?
the hairstylist.
What does that mean? How much do you make is what we're interested in knowing. How much do you make?
12.50 an hour.
What is remaining?
Now the remaining balance is 8,630.
What was it originally?
Originally it was 15,000.
What are you gonna do about paying that difference? How much can you pay? A week or a month?
This new job is a weekly pay. I don't start till Monday. I literally just got hired.
When was the last time you had an income?
I currently haven't had an income. That's why he didn't get any more job applications because I was working.
Doing what?
Eyelash extensions for Amazing Lash Studio.
Well, how much were you making? What was your pay?
$15 an hour there.
Okay, so how much was paid in the last, when was the last time a single payment had been made?
The last payment was, May of this year. It was a $302 payment that went toward.
Before that,
Before that, it was April 21st of 2022.
2 years ago?
Yes, sir.
Not one dime in 2 years?
No, sir.
And most of that time I was homeless.
What were you doing about getting jobs? You were supposed to be providing 3 jobs a week, is that right? 3
Yeah.
job applications a week.
Yes, sir.
That wasn't being followed though, was it?
No, sir.
Well, that was ordered. Then that's another reason we can revoke her, right? It's your court orders that. But we have to make, the shame of it, we gotta make court orders to get you to even try. We have to order you to try. That's just terrible. That's just terrible. These people who have been owed their money since 08. So when was she put on probation again?
2010.
2008.
There were competing,
About 2008, or in this one, 83609,
I'm sorry, Judge, you're right. July 14th, 2008.
and it's been 16 years. And what's the total amount she's paid?
The total amount toward restitution she's paid on her is $6,364.
Which comes out to about 400 a year average, which is about $1 a day. $1 a day. That's all you pay. Well, obviously, I think anybody would look at that and go, that's paltry. That's obviously there's no respect there for the poor people who were victimized. They're the ones being victimized again by you for your lack of effort to pay this back. I think we're gonna have to go have a hearing. I think she's had enough time. In fact, you've had more than almost anyone. I can't remember anyone else in all 17 years here, anyone else who has failed as miserably in this, which is all about an effort, a lack of effort. I've never seen anybody with such a lack of effort. That takes everybody. So I'm going to set this for a hearing in about 4 weeks. Okay, for revocation, and just get ready and be prepared. And yes, Mr. Grove, because I see Kevin Mantalini, but it's going to. He doesn't have.
I'll give him the information.
Okay, give him the information. But just get ready, because you're looking at up to 10 years, and right now you have failed miserably on this. That's all. Get a reset. Get a reset. Okay.
Here, and then put a good working telephone number underneath it for Mr. Grove, right?
Where is it you live anyway, ma'am? Where do you live? I'm talking to you. Where do you live?
In Houston,
Where? Give me an address, please.
116 Drive.
Okay, do you have that as her updated address?
No, sir, I had, the last one I had was Kingswood, but she did tell me before court that she moved.
Say it, please.
Caroline, what was the address?
117
We don't even know where you live. We don't even know where you live. You're supposed to be updating this. How many things can you do wrong here? So, let me get this straight. You've been arrested now. Charged with operating a motor vehicle and smoking marijuana. You said Nakia responded by stating she had smoked marijuana in the vehicle earlier. Really? On my watch? With all this problem, you're using drugs and driving around town? Is that right?
To work.
Is that right? You're using drugs? You admitted you did. This is how you fix your problem, right? Respond. Yes or no? Is this the proper way to deal with your issue?
For my mental, for me, yes.
Oh, committing crimes?
No.
It's
nothing.
good enough, and you're going to drive a vehicle while you're high? A 4,000-pound missile? You think that's wise? All right. What what authority do I have to, make her, she's not doing anything else, but she's out and about in a vehicle while she's on this court's probation, and she's, admitting to using marijuana in the vehicle.
And you can always address the bond if that's an issue.
Yeah, you're a danger to other people. Gee whiz. Just the flippant attitude you always seem to have when you come here. I just don't care. It's just that I don't care about it. That seems so flippant and just not fair to everybody else, especially people who are driving on the roadway who are worried about the next person who's going to act foolish in their vehicle like you.
Just, she's currently on a PR bond.
All right, we've got. Do you have prescriptions for all of these different pills that they took from you when you were arrested?
I have for one.
Inside the bottle was one sertraline hydrochloride, two
That one.
metronidazolone pills, 4 gray pills with a thumbs up impression. Oh, I'm sure that's from a legitimate manufacturer. An orange pill in the shape of a shield with a Barcelona soccer team impression. A red piece of pill with a similar shape and impression as the orange pill, a partial white pill. When you were asked what the pills were, you said tabs for when you are depressed. I was able to identify these pills as probably being ecstasy, MDMA. Next tested the orange pill. These all showed positive for ecstasy, MDMA. You were arrested and booked in for illegal possession of controlled substances. Do you have prescriptions for all those? All of those?
Not all of them.
I didn't think so. All right, well. Her bond is a personal recognizance now. I'm sorry, you're gonna have, there are conditions of bond that you're gonna have to meet for me. That you obviously are not meeting anymore, and that is you're going to have a drug patch as a condition of bond, and what else does the state recommend here?
What were the conditions you?
I said just drug patch so far. What else?
I think that addresses the big concern from that and the other charge. And that obviously personal reconnaissance, that allows people to take care of the business, so it needs to be some financial amount.
You're going to be on home confinement. You can go to and from work, to and from Do you live alone?
No.
Who do you live with?
My son,
To and from work, to and from, does he go to school?
yes,
To and from getting into school? To and from medical needs, to and from getting food. But you're gonna have to have on confinement and you're gonna have to have a GPS device, so I know where you are at all times. But I'm not gonna raise your bond, but these are terrible things that and I'm going to bring, those all have to be accomplished in, you've got 48 hours to get that done. And I need proof of it. Failure to provide the probation officer proof, you will be arrested. I will send a warrant and there will then you will have to post a monetary bond, which will be obviously high, that you would have probable trouble to comply with. I'd rather not do that. So you need to get those things taken care of. You got 48 hours to do that, man. Also, I want you back here in 2 weeks. Get a resetting in for 2 weeks and make sure David Grove is aware that he is going to be helping him. That is all.